If I told you that one of the most powerful tools for building healthy, humus-rich soil was already sitting in your garage, would you believe me? No fancy compost bins, no expensive soil mixes, just a simple machine you probably use every week, your lawn mower. And not just any mower, I'm talking about a mulching mower. Hey gardeners, welcome back to HydroHaven. Today I'm sharing a lazy, low-effort, and totally free way to enrich your soil, feed your lawn, and save yourself a whole lot of work. You don't have to lift a shovel, turn a compost pile, or buy a single bag of fertilizer. Have you ever used your mower to build soil? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious who else has discovered this backyard shortcut. Let's get into how this overlooked machine can create dark, crumbly humus and organic matter while you mow your lawn. A few seasons ago, I noticed something strange. One part of my lawn, always green, lush, and full of worms, required almost no work. I never watered it much, never fertilized it, and definitely didn't aerate it. Then it hit me. That section had never been bagged. Every time I mowed, the clippings stayed right there. That section had become a self-feeding loop. The lawn was composting itself. So I started doing it intentionally, switching my entire yard over to mulching. Within a couple of weeks, I noticed fewer dry patches. After a month, the soil had darkened and felt softer underfoot. The grass recovered from heat faster and new growth looked stronger. Worms were back in numbers I hadn't seen in years. This wasn't a coincidence. The mulching mower was doing more than just cutting grass. It was building soil. A mulching mower chops your grass clippings into fine, fluffy bits and drops them back onto the lawn. Unlike regular mowers that bag or side discharge, mulching mowers are designed to keep the clippings circulating inside the deck, cutting them again and again until they're incredibly small. These micro-clippings fall between the blades of grass and settle on the soil surface. Then nature takes over. Microbes, fungi, and earthworms feast on this nitrogen-rich material. Within just a few days, especially in warm weather, the clippings begin to break down. They become organic matter. Over time, this builds humus, the dark sponge-like material that holds water and nutrients and gives soil that rich, earthy smell. And you didn't have to rake a thing. Here's what I observed when I started using my mulching mower consistently. First, moisture retention improved. Even in dry spells, the grass didn't wilt as quickly. The decomposing clippings formed a sort of light mulch layer that shaded the soil and kept evaporation low. Second, the soil texture began to change. Hard patches became looser. When I dug into a section of lawn, I saw thin roots exploring deeper, likely chasing the moisture and nutrients from the decomposing clippings. Third, and most exciting, earthworm activity skyrocketed. They were feeding near the surface, dragging pieces of clippings down, and leaving behind their signature castings. It was living proof that the soil food web was thriving. After a month, I had reduced my fertilizer application by half, and then I stopped altogether. The lawn didn't just survive, it improved. Grass clippings are rich in nitrogen, which is, essential for plant growth. But they're also paired with carbon from the cell walls and lignin in the blades themselves. When finely shredded, they offer a perfect ratio for microbial breakdown. This quick decomposition releases nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium directly into the root zone, right where plants can use them. Clippings also increase microbial biomass, which means better disease suppression, faster nutrient cycling, and honestly, stronger plant immunity. Over time, these biological processes improve soil tilth, the loose, airy structure that, plants just love. So think of mulched clippings as a slow, ongoing compost feed that's, invisible, constant, and totally effortless. There's a common myth that leaving clippings on the lawn causes thatch. But that's just not true. Thatch is mostly made of dead roots and stems, not grass clippings. Actually, mulched clippings can help break down existing thatch by stimulating microbial life. Some folks worry about lawn appearance, but if your mower is functioning well and you're not mowing foot-high grass, the clippings settle in nicely and honestly disappear within a day or two. If you ever notice a heavy layer, just mow more frequently to avoid buildup. Here's an extra tip. When fall arrives and leaves start dropping, just go ahead and run your mulching mower over them. Chopped leaves are an incredible soil builder. They add carbon, balance out the high nitrogen from grass, and break down into fluffy organic matter that honestly feeds everything from microbes to mycorrhizal fungi. In raised beds or veggie patches, I use shredded leaf mulch from the mower as a top dressing. Within about 2 weeks, worms start pulling the fragments below the surface. It's a natural feeding system that improves fertility while suppressing weeds. If you're looking for, the easiest way to build soil health without lifting a shovel or turning a compost pile, the mulching mower is it. It's already in your garage, already part of your weekend routine, and already full of potential. You'll be creating humus, improving water retention, and strengthening your lawn's natural defenses, all while mowing as usual. So, give it about 3 weeks and just, watch what happens. Test the soil with your fingers, maybe dig a little. You'll definitely feel the change. And if you're a senior gardener or honestly just someone looking for a lazy win, this might be the most effort-free method you'll ever find. If you learned something today or feel inspired to try this in your own garden, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to HydroHaven, and share it with a fellow gardener who's still bagging clippings. And hey, re-watch this guide when fall hits. Your leaves are waiting. Until next time, just keep it simple and let your soil do the work.